Welcome sa zipline.com. This video ay magsisimula tayo ng panibagong series, no? Yung series natin on piecewise function. Now, ano ba yung piecewise function? Well, ang piecewise function is that meron kang two or more functions. You take the pieces of them and put them together to form one function, no? Now, medyo malabo pa yung definition na yan, but let's have these two functions here. So, meron tayong dalawang functions dito. We have y equals 1 tsaka y equals negative 1. Gusto ko pagsamahin yan sila, no? Pero pag sinama ko sila na isang function, hindi yan pwede kasi pag one function lang siya, mag-vertical line test ako. Hindi ako papasa, no? So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya function. So, what I will do is to take a piece of this function and a piece of this function and put them together. Okay? Yan na yun. So, this is a piece from from y equals negative 1 and a piece from y equals 1. Kaya tinawag siya na piecewise kasi we're taking pieces from different functions and we put them together to form one function. Now, meron pa rin akong problema sa vertical line test dito kasi meron akong point dito at meron akong point dito. So, meron akong dalawang points at x equals 0. So, one solution is to tanggalin na lang yung dalawang points, or you can also remove one point and retain the other here. So, nilagyan lang natin ng circle na black. Ibig sabihin, nandyan yung point at circle na white, no? Yung interior niya to show that it's not there, no? There's no point there. So, these are just representations. Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, at x is less than 0, ito yung less than 0 natin sa kaliwa ng y-axis. This is our x, di ba? So, our x equals 0. Less than 0, ang ano natin is y equals negative 1. So, pwede natin sabihin na if x, for example, yung function natin is f of x. If f of x equals negative 1 if x is less than 0. Tanya nyo yan? However, if x is greater than or equal to 0, ito yung greater than or equal to 0 natin, di ba? Yung graph natin ay y equals 1, no? Ibig sabihin, g of x equals 1. So, sorry, hindi ba g of x, but f of x. F of x equals 1 if x is greater than or equal to 0. So, yan yung function natin. Pero gusto natin isang function na lang to, no? So, dapat isa lang yung equation natin dito. So, kaya ginagamitan siya ng ganitong equation. No? So, 1, this is our first example. F of x equals, kaya meron siyang curly bracket. Kasi dito parang dalawang function siya. So, negative 1 if, ipihin lang natin to, no? Tapos parang pinag-isa lang natin to. If x is less than 0, and 1 if x is greater than 0. Okay, so ito na yung representation ng function natin kanina, no? Yung function natin na kung saan ang graph ay this one. Okay, so let's move on to the next function, piecewise function. Okay, so dito meron akong dalawang functions again. I have y equals x, no? And I have y equals negative x. So, ang gusto kong gawin ay ganito. No? Parang V siya. I think you are familiar. Anong naalala nyo sa kanyang function? That's an absolute value function, no? But the absolute value function can then be what do you call this? Broken down into pieces, no? Two pieces, this function and this function. Okay, so ito yung unang function ko. Again, may common point tayo kanina, 'di ba? Ano siya? Tayo pwede magkaroon ng parehong point. So dito sa x is less than 0, tatanggalin din natin yung point dito. So again, if we name this function g of x, yung dalawang function dito, kasama yan, kasama yan, dalawa silang functions pero pag-iisahin natin. So we have again two functions. We have g of x equals negative x if x is less than 0. Tsaka g of x equals ano pa greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Pag greater than or equal to 0 naman, y equals x. So, g of x equals x. G of x equals x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay? Again, pwede natin yan pag-isahin. Pwede nating isa na lang yung g of x. G of x. Tapos, mag-i-equal tayo at magkakaroon na lang tayo ng ganito. So, that's the equation of our second piecewise function. Remember, isang function lang ito, no? So, this is one function, this is one function. Pero yung originally, they were taken from two functions, no? Pero ngayon, isang function na lang yan. Number 3, we have, let's have our third example. O, ito na pala siya. Ito na yung ating bagong function. And kung mapapansin nyo pala, this is an absolute value function, di ba? Kung mapapansin nyo, this is the definition of absolute value. So, absolute value of x equals negative x if x is less than 0 and x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Nalala nyo yung definition ng absolute value. So, this is actually the definition. So, dito function lang siya. Okay. Next, number 3, we have okay, dito meron tayong dalawang functions. We have y equals x squared tsaka y equals 2x. Meron lang tayong gap dito, no? Tingnan natin para sa, yung whole pala na tawag. Tingnan natin para saan yung whole na yan. Yun. So, gusto lang natin kunin yung y equals 2x at magbe-break tayo dito sa x equals 1, no? Kanina sa 0 tayo, di ba, on both functions. Dito sa x equals 1, pag less than x equals 1 siya, ganito siya. Pag x is greater than or equal to 1, may equal siya kasi kasama to eh. Y equals x squared. So, paano yun? So, g of x, or maybe h of x, is equal to 2x if x is less than 0. Tapos, h of x is equal to x squared if x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay? I think malinaw na yan, no? 2x, x squared. And again, yung h of x pwede natin pag-isahin kasi isang function lang naman siya. So we can just type h of x equals yan. X is less 2x if x is less than 0 and x squared if x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so I hope meron kayo natutunan din sa video na to, no? Siguro magkaroon pa tayo ng few more examples about piecewise function para mas lalo nyo pa nga siyang maintindihan. Gusto ko kayong invite sa zipnayan.com and kung gusto nyo mag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel para updated kayo sa mga bagong videos, you can just click the subscribe button below the video, no? So, ma-inform kayo via email pag meron tayong bagong uploaded na video. Maraming salamat. See you in the next tutorial.